Welcome back. If you've ever wondered what somewhat sick or non-judgmental would sound like in a studio setting, this is what it would sound like right here, because we actually do have friends that do this shit for real, and this is going to be somewhat sick. There was some non-judgmental in between of all this, so if you hear some metal references and whatnot, that's what it was for. But other than that, you know, it's a good episode. I believe Josh McGruff and Metal Wendy joined with Vitamin Nick in this somewhat sick 9 right here. So check it out. And we move forward because I'm saying, like,
we move forward
because we have to, because Nickelback's moving forward. So that's where I want to go. I want to go to the future because Nickelback had some shitty albums. They had some
I want to go
albums.
to the future with Nickelback,
this issue for like 6
I'm telling you, man. Like, here's the thing. I got to see to them this. I will not say they're metal because I just don't like them, and I just can't. And I'm biased as fuck about it.
I don't think they have to worry about your album.
But I will tell you, they don't have to worry about my album.
No,
they're going to sell shit.
Album,
they're not. They don't have to worry about it. They're going to make money regardless of what decision I fucking make. But you know, fucking. When they go toe-to-toe with actual real metal bands, they're not fucking metal. Just because they write 3 metal songs, and I will grant you they sound pretty metal, those songs, does not a metal band fucking make. Like, True. You know? Like
I can write a pop song. Does that make me a pop artist?
That's right. Exactly. You know, I mean...
Are you signed? You get signed? Like, you can write a song, but can you get
That's the make
signed?
or break, is if they're signed?
If I write a good enough pop song.
All right, well, either, like, can you make that
and
pop
I'll never
song
argue.
And go on Bandcamp and try to promote that pop song? Like, would you be willing to promote a pop song like that? Like,
is it a test? A contest?
No, I'm just asking you. Like, if you would want to, could you do it?
You know what would be interesting? Like, to write a pop song and a metal song and see which one gets more views.
You got to make...
likes?
No, you have to have a control and a variable, right? So, like, you make both of them right, but then you also add the religion on to both of them and see if, like, no, is that crazy? Or just see which one blows
a pop
up
song about God will win before a metal song about God will.
So the metal song wouldn't be about God. He said religion. He didn't say which religion.
Yeah.
True, too.
It'd be Satanism.
And it still wouldn't sell as much as the pop song about God.
Maybe in Norway. You might be the most popular new black metal band.
Let's make a metal song about the flying spaghetti monster and shit. So you can't really throw too much shit at it because, like, a lot of them don't really understand what they think anyways in the first place. But, like, when you say raw men, at the end of the day, that's fucking awesome. Like, I heard that and I was like, I really dig that. Like,
you know what's crazy to think about? You know how you think of, like, religious extremists? Like, you think of the Middle East and stuff? So that's like a hotbed for religion, right? And this is obvious, but it's neat to think about. But, like, the area we live in is one of those most religious areas in the whole world. It's one of the most fundamentally religious areas in the whole world.
In America.
Yeah, the Bible Belt, because everyone's like, that all is true. It all actually happened.
You don't have to listen to them.
It's 1,000 years old.
The thing is, like,
I found a piece of the ark in my backyard.
It's also flat.
But we still have that war on Christmas where we're going to take that Jesus person down and make Santa Claus take it over or some shit or whatever they thought the war was going to be, because, like, I don't know what kind of war they thought it was.
I saw a sticker today that said keep Christ in Christmas.
Right, but we just wanted to say happy holidays because some people celebrate.
Yeah,
the best part about
I'm not allowed at work.
You know what this conversation makes me want to do?
I can see that.
This conversation makes me want to buy one of those burning church candles we talked about last week.
No.
The burning church candle.
For $29.99.
$29. It's a pretty metal little candle.
You waste too much money, and that's your problem.
Look,
I'm telling you right now.
On concerts and badass shit.
I don't think that's
$30. That's a half bag.
Got that sweet long sleeve white t-shirt, white zombie t-shirt because I wasted some money. I got some cool shit.
That's a good shirt.
Let's never get up and kill on the back.
You have to wear a shirt. You don't have to burn a candle.
No, it says get up and kill.
And if you do need to burn a candle.
And that means kill the money in my wallet by spending it on nice fucking things.
Or cheeseburgers and french fries and drinks
Which
and
we
shit.
shit out. I'd rather see that candle burn than flush my
I'd rather have flour.
Really?
And then
we have that regardless while we watch our burning candle. We don't go without.
Yeah, you're always going to have something.
So you just got money like that just coming out.
No. We're just saying it's never either or. If we have an extra $30.
I was trying to steer the conversation back to metal, but you come at me with your logic.
Because I didn't want to go to the Christmas list. And
let's just always remember that Christmas was never about Jesus.
Saturnalia.
I mean, it's like the Yuletide.
Saturnalia,
It's a pagan holiday.
Christmas is bullshit, yo. Is what we're saying.
No, it's not.
It's a pagan holiday that Christians applied Jesus to. He was like, how do you know when his birthday was?
Jesus here.
Yeah, like that's what they do.
They move goalposts. Haven't you heard? Like, this is how their brain works and shit. Like, because as soon as you say something about this, what about this? How do you explain this? And it's like, well, no, I'm asking you about that. Well, no, I'm not talking about that anymore because it's pretty obvious that
I don't have an answer for it. We need to move on, so you can't figure me out.
Mm-hmm. Prove to me that this isn't real and shit. I'm like, we were talking about this, and it felt like it was all an adult conversation and shit.
Yeah.
But then it turned into...
Well, see, what's frustrating is that what I said about how it's like a pagan holiday that we kind of took over and applied Jesus to is an actual fact. It's like non-disputable, but people will dispute you on that. Like, you can just look up the history of it and be like, that really happened. And then people are like, no,
didn't.
The chick on Facebook last week, I think, she's like, listen, and she woke up. I don't know if y'all saw it. It had like 2.6 million views, some shit. And he's like, atheist, I got a question. If the Bible isn't real, why would God write it? I swear to God, and like I laughed like y'all did, right? But like when I seen it, I was like, how do I even respond? Because I can give you the frowny face, but I don't want to attract traction to this fucking shit post and whatnot. But like, why the fuck would somebody say that? Like, do you think she thought that out to troll some of the people? Because I don't know, like the backstory on the person that posted it, because it was on some fucking atheist Facebook page that I watched. But like,
man, that's funny
to hear that. Why would he write the... What?
That's
like,
so funny.
And I'm trying to explain to them, like, King James, like, he's the one that actually decided what books are going to stay in the Bible that we read now, because you don't know
it's been rewritten, and so many times they've taken parts out to not empower women. They've put parts in. They've like, so many people have rewritten it and changed it and translated it, and like,
you're still trying to act like you can't dispute, like it might be a dude, but it might also be a woman, like who's God. You can't really say it's a full-on man in the New Testament, because in the Old Testament, it's obviously the man.
And let's not forget, Jesus is Caucasian.
Oh, of course, he looks like me.
Megan Kelly already got called out for it, and that they actually threw some light on it, right? And a lot of people looked it up, and they're like, "Oh shit, that is." Oh.
Show me how a white dude was born in the middle of the Middle East 2,000 years ago. And looked different than everyone else.
And everybody else who has his name is pronounced Jesus, but he isn't.
Like those names.
He's the one guy that's pronounced Jesus, but everybody else.
Everybody hated him because he was
in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Paul, Matthew, Mark, Luke. Like I'm saying, you got all these normal names and shit.
Yeah, that's not the real names they had. Definitely not. Also, like, maybe Jesus was white, and that's why they hated him.
Yeah, does
these fucking books are so empowering. I know the first part, like the whole story.
Does Sally, the American white woman, want to name her children after the men of the Bible if their names are all Spanish men? No, she doesn't want to do that.
No,
we have to change it to make it pretty
you have to
and
have
attractive.
Faith. Yeah, you just gotta
have faith. We can attract
the
people, the right people.
You just gotta have faith.
And you gotta have faith in that tray they pass around. What's it called? The offering tray, the offering plate.
I grew up
faith in the offering plate. They need to make shirts.
I grew up raised more.
Dude, that's a good metal band name. Faith in the offering plate.
No.
Fuck
it's a good
song. Faith in the
name.
offering plate. Yeah, you're right.
Maybe album name for the 90s.
No.
I was raised Mormon.
That's intense.
And
super intense.
Well, see, one of the things I remember is when I was raised Mormon is like people always made fun of me.
You spelled that wrong. It's moron.
Yeah, I got picked on a lot for it growing up, and
hey, look at you now.
I felt bad about it.
The trick is, man, it's like I got picked on by more religious people than I did not religious people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I would get picked on by like Christian, and they would say to me things, or people would say to me like, "Isn't that religion? The guy like read all that shit out of a hat." And I'd just be like, "Don't you fall at church where that dude was talking to the burning bush and shit?" I was like, dude, one crazy don't mean another one's not crazy. I was like, are you serious? I was like, how can you literally believe some of the shit that's in yours and literally you criticize somebody else's? So I don't know. I think that's why I grew up the way I did.
I'm guessing you were kicked out of some birthday parties and shit when they
I was not friends with many of them. Okay. That's not very accurate. I don't think I was rude to people. I'm typically well liked, but I'll just say like, I don't know,
There's
man.
3 different books though to the Mormon Mormon Testament.
I'm not gonna. I don't want to get into all that, but I'm just saying, like, the
you
whole.
You know who does get into it? This guy, an atheist, for real. Like, they do the Book of Mormon and shit, and like they go through fucking chapter by chapter, and like the Book of Ezra, I think, where it's like 162 pages of just talking. Just
yeah.
That's
it. That's
dude.
A lot of it is, man.
Like,
it's just. I mean, it's another Bible. Like, I mean. Like, you know, like, are you looking for a quality read? Like,
there's so much quality podcast out where you got like the Naked Mormon, where like he's going through the history of the book with Joseph Smith, like all the shit that he was in, where he had like gunfights and whatnot. Like he's going through that history of
he was killed jumping out a window.
Dude,
damn,
gotta do what you gotta do. He's a hustler, I guess, but
you gotta hustle Jesus.
No, they were in prison and they were like going to be lynched and like they were trying to escape an angry mob and they shot him while trying to escape.
And they were trying to overturn
if I remember
elections.
correctly, I'm pretty sure.
Weren't they trying to overturn elections and shit with the whole power of the Utalian vote and shit? And like Salt Lake City was hardcore. No,
dude, I don't know. I got out of church.
I don't know how you could believe in a religion that like originated less than 100 years ago.
April 6, 1830 was the founding date.
Plus, like, black people.
You know, I mean, like, Christianity's like 2,000 years old. Judaism's like 6,000 years old. But there's like, I made a religion like a week ago.
It more or less piggybacks off the other ones, though. It
does. They all do.
It's piggybacks, yeah.
Well, I mean, Christianity, half of that is Judaism.
Yeah.
And then they're like, just kidding.
I gotta hear.
And then the Quran.
Well, you probably should.
Like that.
Afterwards, we should probably do a non-judgmental.
If I'm not mistaken,
I need to still take you back.
Right on. I'm sorry. Like I started.
Once you
like,
get off in
I
time,
was gonna ask, like, does that sound like Joe Rogan and shit? And I'm like, that's crazy how Joe Rogan, like, he'll talk for like 5 hours a day with Christopher Ryan and Duncan Trussell. He doesn't go piss. Like Duncan Trussell and Christopher Ryan, they both take a piss apiece. And Joe Rogan just sits there 5. No.
He's a professional.
Vitamins. His fucking organs in his body are working correctly like they should be because, like,
he pees on a schedule.
No, I don't even think that. For real, like, the food he puts in.
You're trying to say he uses 100% of the shit he puts in his body? So he never goes to the bathroom because he uses everything?
Either that or he's under the table rocking a piss.
I'm just trying to figure out if that's what you're trying to get at.
You know who else is real fun to talk about? Alex Jones.
I watched 9/11 today.
Hey,
that's what I'm saying. Eddie Bravo.
We got to get back on topic.
We're way off topic.
Yeah, way off.
Alex Jones is not metal.
Everything in it is completely affected his ability.
All that is such child's play comparatively.
Everything for him.
Comparatively to Hunter S. Thompson's daily drug routine. Have you ever seen this? Joe Rogan's broke this down on his podcast before, and they went through it. Like, the amount of drugs that Hunter S. Thompson did on just a normal day of just writing was like, oh my God, dude, like, this would fucking kill an elephant. And he's just taking this before noon.
I feel like it'd be hard to, like, function and do a creative job under all
what
that,
he did.
You know what I mean?
I need cigarettes myself in order to really create and fucking and do the editing and shit. And, like, I don't know, it makes me fucking hear it differently and whatnot. But nonetheless.
We're talking about different scientists in different countries in different parts of the world, New Zealand and Russia and different places where they're taking micrograms of LSD and coming up with more, like, not inventions, but discoveries and more connections between A and B for, like
they'll come up
literally
with a new theory
every
and then
category.
Start to test it or whatever.
Well, no, not theories, but more just filling in blanks of, like, literally formulas and, like, finding different missing links of blah, blah, blah. And, like, every category you can think of: science, math, geography, technology, everything. And they're just, like, I can't remember what exact countries. I think it was, like, 3 in specific. I really can't remember.
Probably Holland and Sweden and shit.
Over
there where they got the
that's pretty fucking metal.
They're taking micrograms on. They were talking about it on
Drugs and Science. I'm down with it.
They're talking about it on NPR.
Yeah,
you gotta be. I'm saying, like,
absolutely.
I'm trying to think.
It was like
the microdoses.
They were talking about a ratio of 6 to 1 of their productivity.
That's half the reason why I buy the
their
whole
science studies is like 6 to 1 of what it used to be.
Just the way. Back when I did do a hallucinogenic of sort, right? The way I felt, like how out of body it really is. Like, you can't help but question, like, your whole existence and really understand why we're here in the first place and believe everything you've been told since you were a kid and shit. Like, after that experience, that was almost like better than a baptism that I might have had when I was like 10 or 12 in a church and somebody told me, like, yeah, this is gonna wash it all away and shit, like that first time.
Yeah, it's
like,
extremely spiritual. I was talking to somebody about that today, like the difference between spirituality and religion. Yeah. A lot of people think that they're the same, and they're not the same.
Goddamn similar, though. You can't tell me that's not similar somewhat.
No, I'm saying, like, religion is...
Do you say is a relationship?
It's like, spirituality is the connection that you want, but, like, religion dilutes it with rules and preconceptions, where, like, spirituality is just, like, being, like, your inner self with the universe, like, feeling whatever godly entity you deem it to be. You know what I mean? And, like, religion is like it's like a government.
So it's a control mechanism that was first placed, I think it was 66 AD, where there was this whole thing of, like, Jesus and Satan. Look, it's good cop, bad cop, right? So, like, if you don't listen to this one, you're going to have to deal with this one. And you don't want to deal with this one because this dude...
That's the bad
fucking burn you forever.
You know what I think is great is that, like, people are so big on, like, the devil and hell, and, like, technically hell's not in the Bible.
It's mentioned, I think, 4.
It's like in Revelations, they talk about the fiery pit, but there's no just like hell is a place in the Bible.
Obviously, just like heaven obviously is a place, right? But how many lines are in the Bible?
Well, they describe heaven very detailed. Streets of gold lined with pearls, like mansion for you and whole nine.
I'm going to check that because I'm saying we're going to get a harp and we're going to be able to worship. You know what I'm saying? I think it's somewhere in, because I looked it up and there was only like 3 lines about how awesome heaven's going to be, but seriously, like scripts and chapters on end about how bad hell's going to be and like what happens and who all goes down there and shit. But it's like they can't really get too much into the nitty gritty on what heaven's going to be about because that's just everything you ever wanted.
I need to look that up because I remember specifically being a kid, then like reading the passages about what heaven was like, and it was like pretty lengthy.
This been somewhat sick.
Yeah, I wanted you to do that. That's what I was.
Y'all knew this was gonna happen, right? What? He told us.
He starts talking when he gets on those tangents. He just ends up cutting those parts out and turning them into his own podcast. That was so much sick.
We're not talking about metal and shit.
Yeah, we have to cut all that shit out.
But is that how much you recorded?